Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Sunday, the 19th of October. Yeah, I was planning on going riding today. I'll do the alternative gap route over in the Brecon Beacons, and I was going to meet up with Mr. Mark Collingwood. Hello, Mark, if you're watching this. But unfortunately, the weather conditions are going to be a bit pants up there, and it'd be very, very grim. So we've knocked it on the head. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get out next weekend and do the ride. Yeah, it'd be nice to catch up with Mark. I haven't seen him for ages, so nice to have a quick natter. Anyway, so this vid is just going to be a little bit of a techie vid, all around the forks and my experiences with replacing fork seals. Hopefully, it will be of use if you ever come to replace your fork seals. Some of the minor pitfalls and putting seals in upside down, but it's mainly around getting seals out and then putting them back in. Right, without further ado, let's get started. So here's my lower legs, taking them off after I had the leak at the last FOD session and then realised I'd put the bloody fork seals in upside down. Anyway, one thing I will say, doing work on forks is very, very easy. I've had no experience on any RockShox, but Fox, absolute doddle. There is no black art involved in doing forks whatsoever. There's some really good videos online on YouTube. Before I did the rise, swap the air shaft, watch videos, absolute doddle. So if you ever want to do your own work on forks, do it. It's absolutely easy. Right then, without further ado. So you want to come and change your fork seals. That's great. Lots of stuff on the tube of the U telling you how to do it. But please be very, very wary, because when they're showing you how to do fork seals, invariably it's a set of brand new forks that's probably never had fork seals in them, and they're nicely lubed up and they pop in so easy with a little bit of pressure from your fingers or something else. In reality, that is not the case. I had a proper job getting my fork seals out. Like I say, I watched Anna from GMBN. She says, blah, 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 excellent. The content, what she said was perfect. But then she just get a little spanner, went pop, and out they come. Pfft, no way, not a hope in hell. And I really struggled to get one of my fork seals out, and I thought I'd knackered the top of the fork leg because of the way I was getting it out. And I was thinking, Christ, I need to buy new lower legs or a new set of fork or whatever. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. So don't be put off or don't be fooled by what you see on the internet. It's not that easy. So I got the first fork seal out, really panicking, bloody hell. Did a bit of Googling, and I came across this, a Redside fork seal removal tool. I Googled Redside, takes you to a web page in America, the undemocratic fascist state of America that is now. You can't buy them from America, but it gave you a link to someone in Europe, in Germany. So I followed the link, ordered one. Fox 36, there you go. Redside custom tools, and then I used that to get the second seal out. Absolute perfect. And it's true what they say. If you want to do a job properly, get the right tool. So, about 50 quid delivered, but when you put it against the potential damage you could do, it's well worth it. So, taking the seals out, very easy, but have the right tool. Don't be fooled by what you see on the internet, because you could have a proper bugger's muddle and have a proper bugger's muddle job. So that is taking them out. Fork seal removal tool, Redside, Google it, German company. Within a week, you'll have it. Absolutely perfect. So that's getting the fork seals out. Right then, getting the fork seals back in is another issue which you have to watch out for. And this, hopefully, will be of use to you. So getting the fork seals in, pretty straightforward process, or so you would like to think. Just a case of putting the fork seal in, getting the fork seal drift, putting it over the drift, knocking it in, and away you go. However, there are a few things you need to watch out for. So this is the fork seal drift, which I got for the Fox 36. I think this was 12 quid delivered off eBay. It's called Risk, a company called Risk. And with this one, you can do a 32-inch fork. And on the other side, you can do 34, 35, and 36 fork. Brilliant, I thought. And it's very simple. You just put the fork seal over the top, pop it into the top of the fork, and then whack it in there. However, bit of an issue. Cheaper fork seal drifts, are not the same diameter as the inside diameter of the top of the fork leg, which means they go inside. So when you're putting the pressure on, it doesn't seem much there, but when you start knocking that, it goes inside the top of the fork leg, which is not what you want. Also, as you can see, it's not very stable, because once you put your fork seal on here, like so, there is nothing coming out which then fits down the actual hole to support that. It's just wobbling all the time. And when I noticed when I was putting it in, the fork seals were well below the top, upside down, granted you, but still well below the bottom, well below the top, sorry, and they were in at an angle because that has got some movement, which isn't good. So, did a bit of Googling, saw a guy doing a similar video to what I'm doing, basically saying if you're going to do a job, do it properly with the right tool. You can buy, there are fork seal drifts out there, which are about 40, 50 quid. I went, oh, I can't be doing with that. Tight Northerner. I want to get my 5 quid, my 11 quid cheapy fork seal drift and do the job. I didn't know about the diameter and the length of this being important. So, once I realised I put the fork seals in upside down, I thought, right, we'll have a go at putting the new ones in. Noticed I had issues with that, did a bit of Googling, saw the guy's video about having a proper tool, so I have now gone and bought from TF Tuned in Wiltcestershire, Westbury. So I've bought this. It's a Push Industries fork seal drift, fork seal installer. It was 50 odd quid delivered, but it's going to do the job properly. So let me show you why. So fork seal goes on with the pointy bit going up, sits on, and it extends round the outside, as in it's wider. It's the same width as the top of the fork leg. So it goes in, and then when you knock it in, that will stop there. Let me show you. Fork seal off. Here we go. That's it. So that is going to knock the seal in to the perfect height without this going inside the top of the fork leg. You've got this bit which is inside the stanchion itself, supporting it, so it's going to go in nice and straight. Perfect. Okay. So if you want to do a job, get it done right, buy the tool, because I bought a couple of fork seal drifts. I even bought one for the 38, measured that. That's no good. That's going to go inside the top of the stanchion. Again, that was 8 quid off eBay. There's no weight to that. Probably 3D printed. No good. If that was a little bit wider and that was a little bit longer, that would be perfect. But that's no good because you have got the wobble and it will go inside the top of the leg. So I got the Push. You can get the Fox version, similar price. It will do the job properly. That's what you want, peeps. It will go in and no further. Right, the seals I'm using, I got these from Amazon. They got good reviews. SKF fork seal kit. They are green. Don't have a problem with the green colour because I'm not going to see that. And apparently, from what I've been reading, my research, SKF, they make the same. They make these for Fox and what have you. So this is basically a Fox, but green. And you get all the crush washers and all that good stuff with it. So there you go, folks. Big difference. Get the right tool for the job. Save a lot of pain. And make sure you put the seals in the right way round. That is pointing up. That is correct. I did that thinking that the chamfer was going to help the seal go in there better. What a bloody Egypt. Anyway, get the right tools for the job. Fork seal removal tool, proper fork seal drift which doesn't go in the leg and has the little long bit to go in the shaft, and you will be happy days. No wasted money like I've done. There you go, folks. Right then, folks, there you go. I hope that makes sense. I'm not very good at doing this kind of stuff, but hopefully you'll understand what I'm doing and what I was on about and what you need to be looking for if you're ever going to do that. Right then, I am now going to put the fork seals in. Right then, let's have a go at putting the new seals in the right way round. So we've cleaned the inner section where the seals are going to go. That's all nice and clean. Get our fork seal, making sure it's the right way up. Ooh. Put him on the drift with the pointy bit pointing up. Now what you can do, just put a little bit of oil, fork oil, just around the outside just to make it slide in a lot better, because we all know lube helps things slide in much better. Don't need a great deal, just a little bit, like so. I hope you're seeing this because I'm doing this on a tripod and a bit cockeyed. And then it's just a case of drop the drift in with your soft hammer. I've got a rubber one here. Just gently tap him home until he stops. Check him. He's not going to go any further. That's it. Quick, gentle tap. And then we can take the drift off. And there you go. That is in. Perfect. Sitting proud now. Absolutely superb. And because you've got this extra length going inside the stanchion, you don't get the wobble like you do on the other one. And like as I've said, it stops at the top of the stanchion, doesn't go any further. That is in the right way. The right way, the right depth. So I'm just going to put the other one in, and then we can put the foam inserts in, which are soaking there. So again, on he goes, pointing up the right way. Little wipe of oil around the outside. There we go. Drop him in. Nice gentle taps. Checking for depth. He's flush. He's flush on the top of the stanchion. Gentle, gentle, gentle. So you don't need super force when you're whacking that in. That is perfect. And then we just take that off. 2 fork seals in perfectly. Get the right tool for the job. Right then, let's put the little foam rings in, and then we can start putting the forks back together. Right then. Right, there we go. Job done. Right, we've got the foam rings just inside there. It makes no difference if you put them in before or after. So if you want to put them in before you tap the fork seals in, that's fine. I put them in after. It's no drama. Just make sure you soak them in fork oil, the 20-weight fork oil. Right then, let's put it all back together. And there we have it. All back together. No leaks. When I put them in upside down the first time, even just bouncing up and down on the bike in the garage, you could see oil coming out, but not now. Brilliant. And they do feel, there is a marked difference in the feel. So I'm looking forward to getting this bike out, but I'm not sure when this is going to happen, because next weekend, fingers crossed, we're going out on this contraption, silver thing. Yeah, happy days. All went according to plan. Remember, get the right tools for the job. Right, there you go, folks. Job done. Fork seals are in. The right way round, right depth, not at an angle. So yeah, it just goes to show you need the right tools to do the job properly. You know, I did see those fork drifts when I first started looking at it, and I thought, oh, I don't want to spend that much. Oh, if I'd have only done that in the first place, I wouldn't have wasted money buying the cheapy stuff. And anyway, it is what it is. I've got the right tool for the job now, and they're in, and I know which way the fork seals go in. And I'm also trialling an external mic on my SJ Cam 11 Active, and I think it makes a bit of a difference. But anyway. Right then, folks, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, drop a comment until the next random content, which is going to be hopefully next Saturday or Sunday with Mr. Mark Collingwood. Alternative gap route and a pint at the pub at Pensethy. In a bit, peeps.